Yo. Can I take a break from this?
Yeah.
YouTube?
I'm asking you to take a break. Pause.
Alright, 1 second. Go ahead. You guys, I gotta go. Can you print it out for me? My hotel. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. My hotel. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I gotta go.
2 hours later.
Why am I at a hotel in Jersey? Just a couple miles away from my house. I'm telling you, the FBI is gonna stage it. I'm telling you, the FBI is gonna stage my death. They're gonna fuck with my pills, this is what I'm gonna overdose on. I'm having a problem with the, I can't even find them now. People that they think that I'm not, the hell I'm not. They're gonna fuck with my what are they gonna do? My acid reflux. No, not my thyroid. I don't have a thyroid problem. Nausea. What's Nurtec? What's that for? It's all beyond scrubs. Oh, you ain't kidding. Bet you will be enough Netflix. I said that right in the beginning. Her first husband didn't want her. Well, let me tell you something. If Dre McCray needs some sort of validation that her husband, Marvon, loved her and she needs to make videos of the old times. Oh, he loved me. Oh, he loved me. We all know that, thank you, Autistic Shell. We all know that the story is that he went out back, took a rope. So really, did he love you? Because no one loves a person so much that they think the better option is to take a rope and that's the way out. No one. And I don't believe you. Because I think you're a little liar. I think Dre McCray is a little liar. And no, I'm not a reporter, so I don't have to talk all professional. Thank God I'm not a reporter. Because then I wouldn't be able to be me. Unapologetically me.
You're scary, Molly.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we found out that she stabbed all of those children.
Oh my God. Oh my.
Stabbed all of those children. wouldn't be surprised if we found out that she stabbed all of those children. That's scary.
No, you're scary, Molly.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we found out that she stabbed all of those children.
Okay. Do you like the black background on the live chat, or do you prefer the old style where it's transparent gray? Vote in the chat. I'm gonna still do a few streams with the black background, and maybe I'll edit it a little bit, change it a little bit. We'll see. But I think it's more readable with the black background, and I want it to be a little more readable. Because when I'm watching the replay, I changed it because I was watching the replay of the stream, just checking everything and the quality and seeing what was going on. And I realized I want to be able to see what you guys are saying more. Now, I'm going to mess with it a little bit. I know it's not perfect, okay? Because I didn't have you guys scrolling when I was creating it and all that, but I'm going to make it a little, I'm going to get it worked out. That, though, will have to be later. Maybe in a member-only stream. We haven't done one in about a week or so. We're going to try to do one, talk to the members, talk to you, see what you guys want to do. This story has hit its crescendo just now. Most people think that the crescendo, or the peak of the story, was back when we got the video of them siphoning the funds out of the accounts, or when we busted the fraudrraiser and uploaded a video showing all the reasons why it was a fraudrraiser. Or maybe it was when Molly had peak viewership on this. Maybe it was when I had my peak viewership on this. Truly though, I'll tell you, when it comes to the storyline, which is when this is all over, that's what I look at to determine the kind of videos I'm going to make. This is the peak of the story. It's one of the biggest moments of the story. This is where they fall down. They turn on each other. It's all about them. You're going to see a completely different group of people, because the group that they had before has completely disintegrated. It's broken apart. There's no allegiance. It's all every man, every woman for themselves. Save the sinking ship. Make sure you got some money in your pocket when it's done. You're going to notice the others float on to different topics. Some of people like Molly and maybe Justin or maybe LB are going to try to make excuses and claw, which we've already seen happen. But the ship is sunk. And that's why they've admitted that Latisha is under investigation. That was the breaking news yesterday. Latisha is under investigation. We knew this. They had challenged us. And when you're doing an investigation, they can't make a lot of things public because it could affect the investigation. So this is how liars, manipulators, gaslighters, the liars in the situation where, of course, they know all they have to do. All they have to do is say it. Now, this stream is demonetized. I think it's because I had Molly playing in my opening clips. Normally, if I don't do that, it doesn't demonetize my stream. So you guys might have to share it so that the peeps see that we're live. When we're demonetized, we get about 10 to 20% of our notifications go out compared to what they were. I'm going to try to post it on the community tab really quick because I just checked. We are demonetized. I'm not going to restart the stream. Because it is just early in a Saturday. Everybody's probably busy and most people aren't going to come until the evening. So, and remember, we are going to be live tonight on Nerd Angle's channel. I have a redirect when this stream ends. You're going to pop over there. Make sure you set a reminder for Nerd Stream if you want to hear us talk. We're going to be talking about a lot of other subjects, so make sure you come. We'll be sharing it out. I'll put it on my community tab when it starts. It's gonna be fun. Me and Navy Nerd, Nerd's wife, Miss Nerd, Mrs. Nerd. Navy, speaking of Navy, You saw the collage that I put together here for the beginning of the stream.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
we had, let's go through it real quick and get your opinion. We had, the first thing is a translation or a kind of breakdown, a lip reading of what one YouTuber thinks Molly was saying when her husband approached her. We have that. Do you agree with the breakdown here? I mean, the one thing is said something about Jake. Something about like Jake saw me, and you know, I kind of watched the lip reading myself, and I said, I wonder if she really did say Jake saw me in that segment, but I couldn't tell. What do you think? I mean, I do think it's probably pretty accurate.
I mean, it may be. Like, I honestly don't know. I've never tried to lip read and don't know a whole lot about it. I know I've been told by people who do lip read that sometimes lip reading off of like a screen or a recording makes it more difficult to get accurate.
Sure.
But
Sure.
other than that, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think it's accurate because it's interesting to kind of figure out what she was talking about there that she had to mute out. Oh,
well,
also,
yeah,
we got some little bit of breaking news coming in. LG came in and said that Nonsense is live right now. She put out on her live that she is looking to confirm that Latisha has a court date in December. It hasn't hit the docket yet, and so she's going to do some more digging. But she got word that Latisha has an actual court date
for the summons.
Yeah,
in December.
What she told me was this. She says, Nonsense is waiting on confirmation of a court date for Latisha allegedly in early December, not on the docket yet.
Let me change the title.
LG says December 6th. So we're still waiting for confirmation, but that's the word on the street.
Breaking. Latisha December court date ? I'll put a question mark in the title to communicate to everybody that it is a rumor. We'll make sure people know that when they come in. Let me go ahead and end that poll. It's really quick. It looks like everybody likes black. Now, I will make it look better. Okay? So don't worry about that. It'll look a lot better when I'm going to change couple of the settings. Maybe it'll be a little more see-through. Maybe it'll be a little more shrinked in or maybe expanded, but I'll make it look better for you, okay? We're always trying to do little things here. I want the format of this stream to be comfortable for you to watch. So, of course, as you notice, we've got it broke into 3 sections. We got all the information from the stream, which is a mess. I'm going to be completely fixing all of this stuff. Look, I've got me and Navy like talking in like 6 different places here. Let me take that off. There we go. Actually, no, I like that there better than this one. And then we have this little square, of course, is me and the information. And then that square, of course, is what we want to show you. So I'm definitely going to be changing the stream up over the next couple weeks. If you have any updates, if you think it's easier to watch things in a certain way, let me know. And you can do that while we're live. You can do that in the Discord. You can do it on Twitter, or you can come to the member-only streams and let me know there. And Latisha. Okay, let's get back on track here. Oh, wait. Intro, then we'll get into it. Breaking news. Let's get through this so we can get to the breaking news. I'm going to do it quicker. Now this, we're going to get back to, we're going to look at all this stuff. We're going to look at all this stuff in the stream. This is the real heels on the ground. This is the real heels on the ground. It is a veterans organization. You know what I'm starting to notice? I'm starting to notice that they don't like veterans. They vet bash. They lie on us. They put us down. They attack us. They try to use it against us even when we don't even make it part of our identity online. We barely talk about it. And then they take the name of a veterans organization that helps soldiers like myself that were medically evacuated out of Iraq, because yes, I was too. You can lie about it all you want. It's true. I could literally go to jail for lying about it. Turn me in. Turn me in if you think I'm lying. I have been trying to organize a live stream with a representative of the Disabled American Veterans Organization, the DAV, so that I can have them comment on my DD-214 and let you know that I am a veteran. And this is the thing, though. I want to talk about this. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to talk to you about what they're doing to heels on the ground. Then I'll go into what I'm going to try to do in my live stream. But this is the real heels on the ground. They make money. They raised money on a successful funding campaign. It's closed. The campaign, I wish I would have known about the campaign because I would have shared it, but the campaign is now closed because they raised $12,000. They didn't meet their goal of 50, but that's a good amount of money to get started. And I don't even give a doo-doo if they would have only made $500. I think that what they're doing is great. I think it's way better than putting your heels on the ground, clickbaiting, and using this organization's name so that you can go out and virtue signal and pretend to protest so you can make money online because you don't have actual content, you don't have an ability to actually commentate, you don't know how to do the radio thing, to have the radio mind so that you can come out here and you can process information daily and deliver it to an audience. And so to compensate for the fact that you aren't talented enough to do this, you don't know how to do actual content, you don't know how to actually do a show, what do? You grab the name of a veterans organization and you morph it into a harassment organization that goes around harassing communities that are dealing with extreme tragedies. Because the thing that they don't get, these are nasty people. These are mean, nasty people. Not them, the people that stole their name. Molly, Boo Boo Betty, LB, Justin. These are nasty, nasty people. They most likely don't interact with their neighbors and probably don't understand the concept of community. But when they go protest, those communities do. They hit a community in this last protest that wasn't going to put up with their garbage. They went and bought anchovies and set them out near where they were protesting. Manure. They blasted copywritten music so that they wouldn't be able to play ads and make money off of their protest. They still took donation money. The thing is, what we have to understand is that our society is at a stage, it's at a place where people can be fooled this easily. And I think that's a problem. Problem is, how do you get through to people? How do you get through to people? How do you wake them up? Well, you do it with your voice, and you don't do what they do. You don't dox, you don't threaten, you don't attack. You share your opinion. You put out there on your social media. You share videos. You go around and leave comments. You back people up that are exposing this and commentating on this. You join communities where we're trying to get this stuff to stop. Got me? That's how you do it. Got it. That's how you do it. Because you have two options. You can go thank you, Sandy, for reminding me. I got to start calling them tragedy pimps because, they really are. The bigger YouTubers are the tragedy pimps, and the community that they've generated underneath them are like their workers. But actually, wouldn't it be the people who the tragedies that they're exploiting? Either way, that's what you do. Now, we're going to take a look at this video tonight in the stream. I'm going to show you what the real heels on the ground does as opposed to the stolen or the fake heels on the ground. And you can just look in the face of some of these soldiers' wives, and you can see that they have been dealing with life-changing and sacrifice that their husbands made and that they made so that they could protect their country, so that they could actually, go out and do something with their life, right? Just tell. Tragedy, evil, the effect on someone's life, these are negative things. And we're talking about people that weaponize and organize just so they can make money. What did they say? Money is the root of all evil? That's not what they said. Money isn't the root of all evil. It's the love of it that is the root of evil. It is the love of money. It's the selfishness. Charity is giving, right? The act of charity, the concept of it is giving money to help, giving your time to help, volunteering, maybe, right? Can we say that they get justice? Can we say that what you just saw in this intro, where she is attacking Dre, saying this disgusting stuff that I played? What about where Dre literally murmured the 3 kids. This clip is making the rounds, and it's really angering. People are really affected by this clip. Do you remember when she tried to claim nonsense and even Kool-Aid, myself, and other YouTubers that are commentating on this whole thing? Do you remember when they tried to claim that we were defaming them? These clips have they have something that carries through if you watch them. You end up realizing Molly is changing. There's been a change in this system. She is actually starting to make excuses for her defamation. She's starting to actually try to say, this part I played where she says, I'm not a reporter. I don't have to, you know, da-da-da-da-da, because then I could just be me, unapologetically me. Well, thank you for letting us know that you, that the fiber of your being is a defamatory harasser. Thank you for letting us know. A bully, a defamatory bully. Because again, if you have a reason, if you have something that could explain why you're saying these things, it wouldn't be that bad of an issue. We wouldn't even be defending Dre if you were just up here saying these things. You're saying these things about her while she's trying to deal with her husband in a life-altering coma that he most likely isn't going to wake up from, unfortunately. Now, the breaking news. I don't want to get off track. You know, the show is all programmed right here, and I don't want to get off track too much. Give me the breaking news again, right? Oh, hold on. Mandy says, I think at some point they were even saying you guys were even doctoring documents or reports as well. Well, Mandy, they were literally saying anything they could. You know? They will say anything. I do believe it's still going to get worse. If all of the past fraud raisers and the behavior of those people is any indicator, and so far it's been a spot-on map, a guideline for this process, yes, I believe that this is going to get a lot worse. But go ahead, Navy. What was our breaking news there?
So the breaking news is a nonsense put out on her live, and she's still live right now, that she's waiting for confirmation that Latisha has a early December court date around like the 6th. But she hasn't confirmed it yet, and we'll update as soon as she's able to confirm.
I'm glad it's early. You know, I don't want to have to deal with any of this stuff. Well, there's going to be breaks taken in late December anyway. So a lot of people are going to be on vacation and stuff. So it's what I'm saying is rather than that, than, you know, January. So that's a good thing. Exactly, Lauren. Exactly, Lauren. Lauren says, people played music that demonetized our live streams. It takes the ad revenue that they were going to make, and instead of giving it to Molly, instead of giving it to Justin, instead of giving it to the protester, it gives it to the creator of that music. So if they played Metallica, Metallica and their label gets the money instead of Molly and them. You know, it's just genius. Because one thing I can't fathom are the people that fund this kind of stuff. How much, what I want to talk about eventually, not right now, because we got a lot to tell you about. How much blame should be put on people, not that initially fund, but that continue to fund this kind of thing. The people that literally take a wounded combat veterans organization and steal the name to hopefully get a little bit of clout.
He is an above-the-knee amputee, left leg. His right leg is severe.
Of support.
4 months in the
And her husband was suddenly in a reunion of their families for the caregiver. We wondered, how are wounded warriors and their families supposed to heal if the
How are wounded warriors and their families supposed to heal?
very strength and foundation of their families were too depleted, overwhelmed, or exhausted to even function?
Being a caregiver is probably the hardest job on our job. You just
Kate and I came up with the idea for Heels on the Ground.
Kate and the woman talking came up with the idea for Heels on the Ground.
It's a long weekend where caregivers of wounded warriors can come rest, renew, and rejuvenate through the healing powers of yoga and meditation.
It is an organization providing monetary and vacation support for people that are wounded and the caregivers of those people. I wish they would have done better. I wish they would have. Wish they would have. This clip, she wouldn't be able to be apologetically her. She wouldn't be able to be apologetically Molly if she had to stop defaming people, making things up and lying. But ironically, some of you will have noticed if you watched the intro to this stream, I also played Molly calling Dre a little liar. You catch that? So I played you a clip of her calling Dre a little liar. And that's why Dre's doing the things Dre's doing. And then I played a clip of Molly literally lying. Then I played a clip of Molly giving you a reason why she feels that she has the right to lie like this. I'm going to tell you one thing. If Molly has any right to even speak on the platform about public things, then we do too. We can talk about what these people are doing, and we're going to. We're not going to stop. We also aren't defaming anyone. I've instructed Molly. I've given her instructions on how not to defame. I've told her the difference between defamation and commentary. You can still defame somebody, by the way, even if you play evidence, because you can lie about what you played, or you can manipulate what you played. Through the last few months, you've seen us provide you constant evidence of what's going on, the truth of what's there. And now Latisha is rumored. I don't even know why we're saying it's rumored when we know for a fact that they put out the summons. But we now have a rumored, it's not even rumored that she's appearing. What it is, well, the rumor is when. So the rumor we're getting is for when Latisha has to show up. Latisha's supposed to show up early December, according to Nonsense. I didn't know Nonsense was live. I do make an attempt not to go live when other channels that are talking about the same things we talk about are live. But I apologize, because unfortunately, due to my schedule, due to my family, due to my the work I'm doing, little things, sometimes I have to. So, yeah. Navy.
Hey, Bubba.
Yesterday. Great stream, by the way. We had a great stream yesterday.
Oh, I loved it. It was good.
We saw a lot of stuff, man. We saw a lot of really surprising stuff. You know? Let's go through really quick. Let's do a recap. We found out that Molly is admitting Latisha. You know, this makes sense. The breaking news that you just brought in from Nonsense makes absolute sense compared to what we learned yesterday, right?
Yeah, it's all starting to fit together.
Because summons would have went out. Latisha would have gotten her summons finally. They either did one of two things. Either Latisha got the summons, because remember, they couldn't find Latisha. They didn't know where she was, the address to give it to. They took it to the address they had on file, and she didn't live there. And so we didn't know when she was going to go to court. So something would have happened. One of two things. One, they actually found her and gave her the summons, or they made sure to broadcast the summons. Sometimes they'll put it in the newspaper or what. I don't know how they do it, but different areas do it a different way, and they have different rules so that if you can't accept the summons, eventually they just take you to court and you just don't show up. Right?
Yeah, from what I understand. Yeah.
Well, and Kelly brings up a good thing. Kelly brings up a good point, so I'm going to read that out. Also, though, if you want to ask a question or if you want to make a point, if you've got something you want us to read, and if you type it here, it's going to scroll. Is the Streamlabs working, everybody? If you go to the Q&A and type it into the Q&A, then it'll keep all the questions there, so that it doesn't scroll away. So the Q&A is open for people that want to leave questions. If you leave a question, I know a lot of people are saying they missed my question, or Uni didn't see it, or Navy didn't get it. Tell one of the mods. If you don't know how to put it in a Q&A, you can tell a mod, will you please put this in the Q&A? Ask them this for me. The mods will help you. We usually always have a few mods around. They'll help you. Okay, so yesterday we found out that Molly had admitted Latisha is under investigation. Now we're finding out that the date of Latisha's court date is starting to... The rumors are starting to spread, and that makes sense because that would mean Latisha got the summons, or family members of Latisha's found out about the summons. Something happened to move the summons into Latisha's purview so that the police could, or the court system could set a date for this all to be answered. And so this is it, y'all. And it's not even that far away. We're talking weeks away, 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a month, but I'd say less than a month. Less than a month until we find out how serious this is. We all started this months ago, trying to notify, or trying to let Molly and Latisha and LB and Justin know that they weren't running their fundraiser in a legal way. They were ripping people off. They were lying to people while collecting large amounts of money. We let them know what would happen. We tried to get it through to them. We tried to tell them this is going to be all bad. And that's... Imagine for me really quick that no one would have done that. Imagine that no one would have done that. And then, all of a sudden, Latisha's summoned to court. Molly finds out about it. It's going to be a lot different in that kind of situation, right? Because Molly and them are going to say, we don't know what's going on. We have no clue what's going on. Why? This is crazy. Why? The problem is, you and I know, because we've got the clips, that they have been calling us liars when we were right the whole time. They should have listened to our advice, and this would not be happening. They should have actually given refunds, and then they could have kept the money from people that didn't ask for refunds. They could have done any number of things that would have resulted in them keeping a large sum of money and not getting in trouble. That is one of the reasons why when we report on this kind of stuff, and we're leading up to things happening, you know, we have to make decisions that we know the audience isn't going to like sometimes, but it's good for the story, or it's good to have things. We know that things are going to, and what I mean by that, of course, is that with us having Molly constantly complain about what we are saying, calling us liars, saying that we're, you know, editing things or doing things that aren't true or something. The moment that this happens, it backfires. All of the lies backfire. All of the bullshit, all of a sudden now, is on her. Because it could have happened that they would have been right, or they would have been telling the truth the whole time. It can't happen that way with what's going on. You realize Latisha could have had that lawyer she hired contact the detective, and there wouldn't be a court date, at least for the fundraiser part of it, because we know that she's going for the fundraiser and for the harassment, doxing, and threats that are around the fundraiser. But you see what I'm saying? Navy, do you get what I'm saying? If the police put out this summons to Latisha, and they're saying, listen, we got all these reports that you stole this money from these people. And Latisha goes in and says, oh, actually, no, here's where I spent the money. Here's the amount I spent. Here's the retainer. Here's the money in the retainer. Here's what I've been charged. They're not going to continue with the court case.
Right. Yeah. They're going to be, if she can prove that everything was done above board, then yeah.
But we know, though, that hasn't happened. Because we have... When you have people file reports and then the police act on those reports, they get updated when things resolve. If Latisha had resolved this, the Dono gals would have found out. They would have known. The police wouldn't be moving forward. Latisha also would be able to prove at any point. She could have proved at any time. That's why it's such a red flag in the beginning of these situations when you have them a thing that they can do in just a couple minutes. You know, call their lawyer, get a receipt, have the lawyer make a statement, whatever it is that you want to do, right? These things literally are the proof that they promised you. They promised you that they would be accountable. That is the way that you're accountable. And when they don't do it, when something that only takes them, if it was really hard for them to do, or if it cost them a lot of money to do it, people would say, how do you expect them just to prove that they've gotten their lawyer and that they paid their lawyer and that the lawyer is filing and that they got the lawyer to do the correct thing? How do you expect them to do that? It's going to cost them $10,000 to prove. It literally is free. It doesn't even cost them a large amount of their time. And it is an expected and promised thing when taking in money for these kind of situations. It was also promised by them the entire time they took in the money. My whole point here, you'll say, but Unirock, this is kind of obvious stuff. She's calling us liars still. She is still attacking Dre. She still says, literally, it is Dre McCrae's fault that Latisha is going to court for running off with your money. How does that work, Navy? Can I just pretend for a second that Molly isn't out of her mind? How in the world do you say that to adult human beings? Like, how in the hell does that work? Hey, Alf, good to see you, buddy. Been a while. Been a while, man. Good to see you. You know I remember you guys. You know I remember you guys from years ago. I don't forget you. You know, I do this daily. I got one of those kind of like photographic memories. But go ahead, man. Where in the world, other than pure desperation?
It is, because the thing is that they're always looking for somebody to deflect the blame onto, because they're never wrong, right? So if something bad happened, it was obviously because of this evil person that I've never met that I report and hate on all the time. It must be them. It's their fault, magically. All right?
Ice Queen and Lauren. Ice Queen, Lauren. I think Lauren said it. Ice Queen agreed. They have always gotten away with everything they did, and they got complacent. Literally, the first thing I said about fraudrraisers in this situation. First thing I say about fraudrraisers, do not do it. This is the thing I repeat so much that I complain about repeating it, but it's true, so I have to. You start doxing, you start harassing, you start doing fraudrraisers. You get first, in the beginning, you make every decision you need to make. You tell every lie you need to tell so that you don't get caught. But as you do it more and more for years and years and years, you start to feel invincible. You start to get complacent. That is a corruption of the power that they've taken from the people that they're ripping off. And because power corrupts, no one can escape it. Nobody can. If you abuse it, you can use it. But if you abuse it, if you use it for selfish reasons, even the slightest, it corrupts. And these people didn't use it to the slightest. They've used it to the maximum degree, and they are fully corrupted from that abuse of power over not just you, because yes, those of you that donated, even those people that supported Molly when they believed her lies, yeah, you are those people, but there are a group of people that are unfortunately worse off. They are worse off due to this than even you. And that is the people that experience the tragedies that they manipulate, that Bullhorn Betty manipulates, that LB manipulates, that Justin manipulates in order to do the content. See what I'm saying? Other creators, by the way, are still crying using the excuse, LB, using the excuse, but Molly did it. I just sat there. No one should say anything about me. She said I'm defaming her. She said that I am defaming her. You know what she said? She said that Unirock is defaming me, and if he doesn't stop, I'm going to go after him. This was just yesterday. I had this brought to me by a viewer. She still hasn't learned her lesson in dealing with not me, but with commentary YouTubers. You just haven't learned your lesson. You're acting like this all has to do with me. I have nothing to do with this. All I've done is the same thing anyone else could do. They look at the public things that are posted, they give an opinion, and when they've done it for a long time, they know what parts of the story to bring the audience at night. They know where to put the focus on. That's the difference between every single person out there that covers these kind of stories. Some people will put focus on some things, other people put focus on other things. There are things that you need to see every day or every few days. There are things that are updates to the story that, if done properly, you'll know what's up by the time this all pops off. You guys, I'm not trying to have a big head here, because it wasn't just me. It was you. It was all of you. It was Navy. It was Nonsense. It was all the people clipping. But due to the community out there doing this, we were able to bring you the things that mattered. And these clips matter. These clips tell the story of Molly GoLightly breaking down, losing touch with reality. I don't know why. I don't know. A lot of people think many things, and I'm trying to be nice to her, but you know what? She loses that ability, or that charity from me, when she keeps going at Dre when it's your fault. Go back to when she was getting all that money. What did I say? I said, you look at her while she's taking in all this money, and then you wait until things switch and then look at how she acts. You compare the difference between the Molly that was taking thousands of dollars a day into her account and compare it to the Molly that's sitting there making excuses for why Latisha is being investigated by the police. Two different Mollys, day and night. Right? Two faces. Two-faced. She's a liar. It's an act. It's always been an act. She always does the thing. Again, how do you figure out why she's doing what she's doing? Said it yesterday, but I'll give it to you real quick. It'll only take a second. It's the money. You take charity. Is that the reason she's doing? Nope, doesn't make sense. Nothing aligns. What about justice? Nope. Being fair? Nope. Reporting the story to you? Nope. Some form of content? Nope. What about money, though? What if the reason she does all of this, from the doxing, the attacking, to going and doing the protest, to going back and attacking Dre instead of actually coming out and apologizing? Money explains it all. In reference to her viewership. Not you, the viewership. It's an act, or those people that I will say now are brainwashed, because they are. I couldn't say it months ago because they hadn't been put through the lies, the constant narratives for long enough for them to actually be mentally affected. But after months and months and months of being trained to reward her for attacking Dre, now the brainwashed masses throw their wallets at her when she attacks Dre. And when she needs money, it's what she does. Every time.
Wait, Flicks, I said that right in the beginning. Your first husband didn't want her. Well,
her first husband didn't want her. You don't know what happened. You have no idea. You don't know why they broke up. You don't know what kind of things went. Well, the husband said this. How do you know? That's one side of the story. You've been wrong every step of the way for everything that's come out of your mouth, and you still have the gall to say that, well, that relationship broke up because the husband didn't want her. It was Dre's fault. Dre was bad. Though that's not all, because she then goes into why Marvon did what he did. She then goes into blame Dre for Marvon's tragedy, for him attempting suicide. This is beyond abusive. This is beyond harassment. This is her being, she's not around Dre physically. If she was, I guarantee there are things that she would be doing to Dre to continue abusing her. But because she is separated from Dre, she's trying to do everything in her power to abuse that woman through the screen, through the computer. That's what she's doing. She's punishing Dre because Molly wouldn't listen to her criticizers, because Molly was wrong, because Molly was stealing the fundraiser money with Latisha. And yes, the clip is on unirock too. It's the last video. Oh, you're defaming her. They were recorded doing it. And for her to sit here and repeat. Do you know what she doesn't understand, though? This is why she has some problems with her audience leaving. You know those accounts that are disappearing? You know those accounts that are unsubscribing and disappearing and rolling out? The reason she has those problems is because if you blame Marvon's incident on Dre, well then you're blaming anyone who is around someone that makes that decision. And there are people in your audience that have had family members do this when they were kids, when they were adults. They've had family members do this. They've had not completely distant, but just not immediate family members do this. This is not something that's completely uncommon, Molly. Okay? So now they're thinking about their aunt whose husband did this. They're thinking about that their cousin's family where one of the kids did this. You see what I'm saying? Alf says, if you're offended by the truth, then get your ass offline. She is sick for doing this and a rotten human being. For everyone she has done to everyone, including you. Why, thank you, Alf. And good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing good. I miss you guys. I'm glad some of you guys still pop in and stuff when, when I haven't seen you. So appreciate you. And thank you for the super chat. I expect it. You guys that have watched me all the way back in 2017, people acted like this when I would debunk a conspiracy or if I would debunk some lie that was out there. So us debunkers, we know they're going to do this. We expect it. I would much rather Molly be taking it out on me than Dre or any of you guys. But she's realized that she can't affect me. She's realized she can't dox me because she's already, tried, and she can't lie on me, right? I've been around this platform way longer than her, and people that are smarter than her and way better at this have tried to lie on me a million times. So what does she do? What did she do eventually? Well, now she just goes back to Dre. She goes back to doing it to this person. She goes back to doing it to that person. Maybe she'll come back and start attacking me again in the future, but honestly, I don't think she will. I don't think she will. I think she's, not going to waste her time with it, but who knows? We'll see. Navy, I didn't get to ask you. What do you think, real quick before I hit play again, what do you think about Leslie Bass saying that she's going to come get us?
What's a good for bring it? I don't know what she thinks she's going to do. She's already vet bashed you and looked like an idiot for doing it. Is she? She's just going to get on her.
Why won't she meet me at a VA? Like, she could even Zoom call with the VA. She doesn't even have to go. She can just Zoom call with me and the DAV. Okay, here's what I'm going to do.
She's going to send you a strongly worded email.
And then I'm going to look at it and it's going to be fake.
Yep.
By the way, she also said that we can't prove that she faked that email. We have already. Not just us. Nate the lawyer and many other people have. Hey, one of the mods, if you have the link, put it in general where Nate the lawyer exposed Leslie. Lady K9 finally caught you live. Thanks for your straight up truthful videos. Here, get yourself some Red Bull. Just don't drink it much at once. Hope everyone's having a great day. Hugs from me and my partner Sarge. Get them all. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Lady K9. And hey, Sarge, good to see you. And I really appreciate you. You're very kind. Appreciate you. But yeah, I'm going to offer Leslie Bass an even better deal because she doesn't want to meet me at the VA. I will do a Zoom call with her at the VA. And when she connects to the Zoom call, she can look up the name of the VA rep that's there with us, call them on their business line and verify that it's the same rep and that they are a VA rep. And I will have her sit through an interview with me and a representative from the DAV so that she can finally stop vet bashing me. By the way, she's still vet bashing me. I mean, it's okay. She's not going to stop, but she's still doing it. So what I want you to know about Leslie Bass is even when she can be completely debunked, she still keeps lying. She's that bad of a pathological liar. She can't admit she was wrong. Now, how does that work for someone who goes online and does nothing but talk about rumors and talk about people that she doesn't like and talk about reality stars? And literally, whenever she gets mad, she can just make something up like she did with me and then try not to ever stop and just ignore all the evidence. So you need to really watch yourself if you're watching Leslie Bass's videos. Again, though, that will be handled on Unirock 2 in an upload. I'm making sure I get all the stuff she's doing, and I want to make sure I've got the clips of me offering her a meeting at the VA, a meeting at the DAV, or even just a damn Zoom call with them, because she won't do it. And even if she did, do you think she'd go to her channel and tell everybody? It'll be okay because I'll record the damn meeting. But do you think she would go and tell everybody on her channel that she was wrong and that she shouldn't have vet bashed me? No, she won't. She'll never be honest about it. And it's good to know that about these commentators out there. It's good to know which ones are like Molly, where they won't tell you the truth. It's impossible for it to be anyone's fault but you, Justin, LB, and Latisha, Molly. It is your fault. Your fault. You did this. No, Latisha did it. No, you did. Latisha showed up by your story. Latisha showed up, what, a week in? 2 weeks into you bashing Dre? So you'd already created all these lies about Dre, and then Latisha just walks in and starts a fundraiser using your lies to make a bunch of money. And then instead of actually doing something with the money, she runs off with it. At least we know we will find out where that money went. We will find out how much she spent and when. Thanks to the court date that's coming up with Latisha that we just breaking news found out about, and thanks to the fact that the police are investigating, at least they're going to pull damn financial records and we will find out how much they spent and when. Now, the thing is, let's just imagine that Latisha made $40,000 because it's a very conservative amount of money for how long they fundraised. And let's imagine that it was gone in the first 2 months. That would be $20,000 a month. That'd be pretty hard to spend $20K a month, wouldn't it, Navy? Could you spend $20K a month, Navy? I can't hear you if you're talking, just so you know. Any of you in the audience? Hey, Tina, good to see you. Any of you guys out there, could you spend 20 in a and I don't mean in buying like a car. I don't mean buying a house or buying a car. I mean, could you spend 20K in a month partying or getting some clothes and going around and having fun and all that? Oh, we can hear you now.
Okay, good. No, I couldn't spend. I mean, you would have to be like, yeah, no, there's no way I could spend 20 grand a month on like without like some big purchase. You know what I mean? But still,
I could imagine her spending maybe like 50 to 100 a day. I know there are people out there that do that. You know, maybe she smokes. Maybe her and her husband or her and her boyfriend, they smoke cigarettes or they vape. Maybe she's got some kids there with her. Maybe she's getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner at restaurants. Even if you ate out with a family of 4 every single day, let's say you spend $30 a meal. That's close to $100, right? And let's say you buy some amenities every other day. Every couple days you get some packs of smokes or something or whatever. 130, right? That's only like $3,000, $4,000, I would think. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's hard. There's only 4 weeks in a month.
Yeah, that's an average of like spending roughly $5,000 a week.
Oh my God, dude.
A month, right? In 30
You're
days.
Right. Holy shit, dude. I don't even spend that a month. I don't even spend that a couple months. Yeah, I do, but hey. Sometimes, I guess. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. Like, I understand maybe 10 G's going like the wind, right? But then you got that money put up, and that's unless you are partying. Now, I know people through my life that have been down in the dumps, right? They've been going out and doing drugs, going out and partying every day, and they could spend a lot of money every day. But realistically, let's just say you were buying drugs, because like that's, everybody knows that buying drugs, I don't even know if she would. I don't care if she would. I'm just saying, if you did, how much would you spend a day to get like really, you know, high or whatever? Like 300 a day? That's not even 5,000 a week. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you were doped out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you were just like out of your mind, zoinked out. I don't think you could spend that much money a week. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm a boomer now. I'm not hip like these young kids with the partying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, unless you're like throwing like huge parties where you're like, you know, going, I maybe if you're going out to like super expensive clubs all the time and you're dropping money on like,
you'd have to be living like a celeb.
Liquor.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
Well, Molly says some really interesting stuff, and we haven't even hit it yet. Like, she's about to talk about the FBI fake setting her up and like offing her. What the hell is that, dude? What is that? That is pure paranoia of the highest level, right?
Yeah, I don't even understand that. Like, now you start to see like this like mental decline the crazier the conspiracy theories become, right?
Yeah.
So magically someone in another state is affecting someone across the country, right? And with the cops and forcing them to do things, I don't know, with magical mind powers. And now the FBI's coming in. The FBI's coming in, it's like sneaking in her bushes. You know, they're watching me. No, they're not.
She is saying that the FBI is going to get her. Let's take a listen here. Let me tell you something. If Dre McCray needs some sort of validation.
Molly, you're the only one that needs constant validation. Dre isn't live. But she's going to create a conspiracy theory that she is. Molly is saying, just for context, because I give context, I want to tell you what they're saying. I want to face their arguments head on. I'm not going to lie about what they're saying like they do with me, okay? Like LB does with me every time she opens her mouth. I will tell you exactly what they're saying. She's claiming that Dre is missing puzzle pieces, the YouTube channel. And that the reason she's posting videos kissing Marvon and feeding the kids is because she needs validation. It couldn't be because Molly made months of content saying she starved her kids, murmured her husband, was in a loveless marriage, and literally, I just played it for you. This is her again. This is not those old clips. Molly said what? She said that Dre did this to Marvon. These are her saying this all again. So it's not, even if missing puzzle pieces, who is not Dre, was Dre, and Dre was the one posting those videos. She's doing it because you're lying on her. So Molly has created a scenario that even if, not even just someone like a viewer of yours, but if you yourself, if Dre herself came out and did a live stream and showed all the evidence that I've shown you over the last few months and cleared her name, showed that that all these things Molly have said about her is not true and had video evidence proving it's not true, Molly is going to say that she's doing it for validation, which means she's bragging. She's trying to say that Dre wants people to go, you've got such a nice family, you've got such a good life, you look so pretty. Validation. So there is no way for Dre to pass Molly's test. If Dre herself had a video camera recording 24/7 of her life for the last 6 years and went and started to play it for you guys, Molly would make an excuse for how that's Dre being narcissistic, not her debunking all the lies that Molly, Justin, and guess what, Leslie? LB told about her. Because I've got video clips of LB literally sitting there agreeing and adding and shaking her head, nodding her head, going, "Oh my God, I can't believe Dre do that." And you've seen them, but because these people can do whatever they want, and then just literally get up there and say the opposite a month later, 3 months later, it's defamatory. It's a lie, right? Because wouldn't life just be wonderful if life was the way Molly and LB and Justin live? Because they live in this place where they can literally do anything they want, because in a month from now or 2 months from now, their gaslight powers are at 100. They've got 100 when it comes to their powers of gaslighting. They can gaslight the truth into anything they want just by speaking it into being. That's their reality. And for some reason, they don't use that power that none of us have, that no one else in the world has, that only like the very small percentage of extreme psychopaths and narcissists actually have. You know, they don't use that power to tell everybody that they're a celebrity or to tell everybody that they saved 20 people from a burning house. Whatever. They don't use it to say good things about themselves. They use it to lie about people who have lost a family member, who have been the victim of a murder, who have been the victim of a crime. You know, let this all sink in, people. You have to stare this in the face. You've got to stare into the abyss. You got to look at the monster, because how in the world do we make sure not just ourselves, but anyone around us never becomes this way? If we live like this, nothing gets better. Nothing changes. It only serves the tyrants of the world. Molly is the tyrant. She will change reality. Any random person out there who needs to be anything she wants them to be, they make it in a snap of a finger. So Dre McCray needs to be all these things so that she can get a bunch of money. She is it. And to make it even better for Molly, Dre can't even clear her name with hard evidence. But Molly can make up the lies that she tells with no evidence. She thinks she's a literal God amongst people. She does. She thinks that she has a God complex. She's not the only one of her group that has it too. You know, it makes sense once you understand this about them. It makes sense why they think they're getting justice for people. Because it's like, now here's our plan. We tell people that we're getting justice, then months go by and we lie about what happened, and then we get justice. Let's do it. That's their plan. Dre is very popular. She just got a bunch of headlines for having her husband face this tragedy. Let's lie about her and make it to where she's abusing the kids. She's starving them. She's in a loveless marriage. They hate each other. Yada, 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 yada. When people come in and Dre comes in and they show the truth that it's not the way we said it was, we'll just lie on them and we profit. So they do have a business plan. But as I've already explained to Molly, you do realize you are the bad guy. You're the person committing defamation in the most clearest way that any of us have seen on YouTube. Because the lies you tell literally put Dre in a position where she's committed starvation of her kids. She committed murmur against Marvon. These are crimes. You just accused her of stabbing the 3 kids when the starvation thing got debunked. Missing Puzzle Pieces posts the videos that debunk the starvation narrative. So what does Molly do? Turns Missing Puzzle Pieces with her magic ability to just change the world. Turns Missing Puzzle Pieces into Dre. Right? And then, because Missing Puzzle Pieces is Dre, that's not evidence that Molly was lying. That is Dre being a narcissist. Listen.
That her husband, Marvon, loved her and she needs to make videos of the old times.
They aren't old times. We've shown videos from just weeks before it happened. We've shown videos from days before it happened. We showed videos from a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. We've gone back years in their content and shown you everything. So don't say that these are old videos. You can lie all you want. We know you think you're like able to just change reality. Like, hey, I'm a superhero. I just point over here and I can change everything. But, you know, you are lying, Molly.
Oh, he loved me. Oh, he loved me.
And let this sink in. Molly is making an argument that a woman and a man she's never met, she's never been around, that has massive amounts of video evidence that show the opposite of what she's saying. She's making the argument that Marvon didn't love Dre. Navy, help me here. Why? Why do you, why? How does she know if Marvon really loved Dre?
She doesn't. She doesn't. She's doing this because it's like twofold. There's a part of her doing this because she wants to get Dre to respond. So she's going to come out and say some of the craziest stuff, right? The nastiest, most despicable crap you can think of. And two, she also realizes that Dre is not going to respond. So she thinks she has carte blanche to go out and say whatever she wants and no one's going to refute it, right? Nobody's going to argue against it because the person that can argue against it, that can prove it, is not coming out on social media and talking because they're smart.
Well, and that's why instead people that love Dre are doing it, like missing puzzle pieces.
Yeah.
You know, we
anybody,
actually,
you don't have to.
Go ahead, just sorry. No, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, you don't have to know anything about Dre or any of this stuff going on to realize that what Molly's doing is horrible, and you can speak out on that. That as a person, you should not be doing this. You have no proof. You have these wild ass accusations of, and some of the things that she claims is criminal. Right, so she's making these criminal assumptions. Right, she's
defaulted to the criminal. Definitely. Yeah. She's
so
only
even
hitting her with that.
Even people who aren't part of the whole, like, knowing of the Dre McCrae Vaughn situation can look at Molly and be like, you're a shit person and you need to quit.
Well, why doesn't she just prove it? Right? Well, she kind of does. She kind of does prove why she's saying this in the clips I'm showing you. So let's let her talk. I'm telling you, I'm going to be pausing this a lot, y'all. It's going to take a while to get through it, and I don't even care. If I have to deal with this kind of pure evil, I'm going to pause a lot and I'm going to complain a lot.
We all know that.
Now, I want you to watch her body language, because she definitely exhibits the body language of someone feeling elation. Like I said yesterday, a dopamine hit, happiness. It makes her happy when she lies on Dre, because you can watch her tone change. She starts to gain her accent back more. She starts to become herself more. She starts to get more relaxed. She starts to flow. You can see a flow going through her. That's the dopamine hit. She just lied on Dre. She just said that Dre is this count and that Marvon didn't love Dre. And now, instead of her delivering this horrible information and this negative and nasty, evil information, regardless of how you slice it, if I had to come out and tell you that they had been putting up a front, that Dre and Marvon had been putting up a front and that they didn't love each other, I wouldn't deliver it while literally laughing or giggling or while even feeling happy about it. But she is happy.
Thank you, Autistic Shell. We all
notice how she gets donations when she lies on Dre. Notice this?
know
She just thanked somebody for a donation.
that.
Now, this is right after she said that Marvon didn't love Dre. So it's not just Molly. It's also some of the people that follow her. Some of them get off on lying on Dre and on the hate.
We all know that the story is that he went out back, took a rope.
No, see what she's doing there? See how she's flicking it around? It's kind of like an FU, because we criticized her because she used to take the rope, put it around her neck, hold it up, turn her head, and then talk about how Marvon did this, remember? And we made fun of her for it, laughed at her for it, and everybody gave her shit for it. And it was pretty extreme. It was definitely a moment where people were really disgusted with her. So that's her response, you know, that anger response, flicking this little rope and giving you that little look is her body language response to the angst she feels due to us criticizing her last time.
Really, did he love you? Because one...
Oh, you're going to tell us why? So you can read minds. You can literally tell us. You can look at a couple that exists in the world, and you can tell us if they're really in love or not, regardless of them having children, being together for 8 years, sleeping in the same bed, hugging and kissing multiple times every single damn day that they stream and every time they go live. And I get it. Some people put up a front. The problem is they streamed so much. You are challenging literally hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of live streams. And where they argued, where they fought, where they made up, where they kissed, where everything was on broadcast. You're mad because this time, you've done this before, and it backfired in your face. Recall when she tried to claim that, and I forget which, it was a woman and 2 kids were murmured by a husband. She tried to claim that the reason they were murmured, and if you guys know the name, type it in the chat, the name of the lady, that she tried to claim that they were murmured because the woman was annoying and all this stuff, and it really lost her a shit ton of support. Remember that? Some of you knows who I'm talking. Shannon Watts. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, Shannon Watts. Shannon Watts. Shannon Watts was murmured. The kids were murmured, and Molly did this little skit where she was like talking about how annoying this woman was, and that's why the husband had to do it. Okay. Watts. Yes. So.
No one loves a person so much that they think the better option is to take a rope, and that's the way out.
Okay, so you just said, and Molly, this is not true. Trigger warning, what Molly said is not true. She just said every adult who commits that act doesn't love the kids they left behind. She just said this. She literally just said, you can't love somebody if you commit suicide. The people you leave behind, you didn't really love them if you do that. It's a mental health disorder, okay? You're talking to a massive portion of the world. I have a great uncle who shot himself, but he loved his kids and his wife greatly. If we understood, I'm glad you can understand what psychologists have been trying to understand for thousands of years. I'm glad. Why aren't you rich? Why aren't you on the news? Why aren't you been given a Pulitzer Prize or some shit? Right? Because it's not true. Those of you who have family members who have done this, it is because they faced mental illness. They woke up every day. I've been there. When I got back from Iraq, when I was medevaced, I wanted to do it. Okay? I loved my kids. I still love them, but I wanted to do it. It is our brains depend on chemicals. Chemical imbalances. Different tragedies that affect us. People do it to escape pain. They do it to escape tragedy. If you are experiencing depression, if you feel you need to talk to somebody, the suicide prevention line is in my chat. The mods can type the command for me to make the suicide prevention line pop up. Do not listen to her. Do not think that she's telling the truth. You want to commentate on this genius commentary real quick, Navy?
Yeah, so one of the things is, and this is what is real disgusting about her saying this, is that a lot of the times, and you find these people, like the ones that get, that you can stop from this happening, right? A lot of times what they say is that because they love their family and they think that they're such a burden on them that they're going to do this to make it easier on them. So her saying this is just like, I don't even know how to say it anymore. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you is what I want to say to her. Like, you have no idea what you're talking about, and you're going out there making these claims as if you're some kind of damn expert. And the only thing you're an expert on is being a victim and claiming that you never do anything wrong. So do me a favor, Molly, and shut up.
And this is why you can't do this stuff online. Number one, this is completely against terms of service. I guarantee you she deleted this video. You see, a lot of people that support Molly monetarily don't know that she says these things, because when she does it, she deletes it very quickly. She does it out of anger and spite and jealousy because she's extremely jealous of Dre McCrae. It exudes out of her. It pours out of her, the jealousy she has for that woman and the life she led, the way she looks, the way she acted, the money she had, the following she had. She wanted all of it. Before she covered that story, she only had like 30 or 20,000 subs. It felt like, for some reason, she was some kind of small YouTuber. My main channel has like 30-some thousand. I don't feel like a small YouTuber. I don't think you should. I think you should appreciate the people that follow you. Even if you got a couple thousand subs. You shouldn't just act like that you need more and more and more. But that's Molly. She's jealous. She's jealous of everything Dre McCrae. But she doesn't realize that her jealousy is making her say things that insult 95% of the human population. She doesn't realize she's speaking to the kids. God forbid that Dre's kids didn't go online and search for things that are being said about their dad and found you saying this. God forbid. Because if they hear you say that the reason that Marvon did this is because he didn't really love the people that loved him, or he wouldn't have done it, what are the kids going to think? And if it was true, I would tell you it was true. I would tell you it's true. If it was. It's not true. But let's hear it again.
Because one, no one loves a person so much that they think the better option is to take a rope, and that's the way out.
That is not true.
If we process this line of thinking, then the reason you're saying this is because they're leaving the people they love. What about people that got to deploy? What about people that go on jobs? What about people that go out on business? What about people that, I don't know, go into the hospital for months? Like, you're saying that if you're not around your kids, you would be around them or you wouldn't do this. So it's like you could take this line of thinking and it goes to horrible places, but it is wrong. It's not correct, like Navy said. It's just disgusting. It's just gross. That's her shtick. This is her brand. She makes money by commentating on tragedies and finding the person that actually is experiencing the tragedy, and then she gets clicks by harassing them. She gets clicks by repeatedly and constantly harassing them, right? You see what I'm saying? So if she can't physically do something to Dre, by the way, she's tried. She's been trying to physically dox and track down Dre. She admits this all the time for months now. And I just showed you her Patreon posts where she was trying to send the police to do a welfare check because Molly invented another death hoax. She invented the death hoax on Marvon. And when that backfired in her face yesterday, she invented the death hoax on the kids. That's where the welfare checks are coming from. She's created a hoax that she definitely is trying to get out there to her. Now, you're going to tell me she's done this by accident? Are you going to tell me that she really feels this way and that she's doing this by accident? She's just expressing her mind. She's not. She sat down and asked herself what she could say to try to hurt Dre and hurt Dre's supporters and anger people and torture people. What can I say to really fuck with people the most? And she went live and said it. The intent is to harm Dre and the kids. Why else would she be trying to send the police to check on the kids constantly? She's trying to fuck with their life. Her conspiracies have now been including the kids for weeks now. Right? And this doesn't look good on you, Molly, because you do realize that a lot of the dono gals said that you and your followers were attacking their kids and families when you got mad at them and doxed them. So don't even say that that's not true. Oh, they're lying on me and they're trying to get me in trouble. No, they're not. They're not lying on you, Molly. You're proving to us daily that you target children. You create conspiracies. You try to perform welfare checks after you gain their locations. You send people to record them when you gain their locations. You do this stuff.
No one. And I don't believe you.
What? She didn't say anything, Molly. Dre didn't say anything to believe or to disbelieve. Dre hasn't said shit. She's not out there claiming that Marvon loved her. She's not out there claiming that he didn't. She's not out there claiming something about her kids. She's just living her life, ignoring you. And your response after months is this. You think she's also trying to antagonize Dre into coming out of hiding and respond to the claims and rumors? Definitely. Because that will get her views. That will get people that stopped going and clicking on Molly's show to come back and click. Whether they hate her, whether they love her, she's trying to bait Dre because Dre brings the views. Dre got her viral the first time. The only way she has content is for to get Dre involved again. It's one of the main reasons that Dre has been ignoring her and everybody. Because Dre even knows that if she goes out and talks to me, if she talks to anyone else out there, if she does her own stream, they're going to not just pick it apart. They're not just going to lie about it. They're going to do what they did to try to make you think that Dre was abusing her children. They're going to edit the videos down and make it appear like Dre is saying things to the kids and doing things to the kids that didn't happen. They've already done this. I just did a stream a week ago where we pulled the original stream and then took clips that Molly had used to accuse Dre of starving the kids and showed that through the entire stream, the kids were stuffing themselves. They were drinking and eating like crazy. And she tried to say that Dre and Marvon was there, so I don't know how Marvon isn't being accused. Everything she accuses Dre of when it comes to the kids is also being accused at Marvon while he was still alive. And for some reason, she just ignores that fact like it's not the case when it is the case. But anyway, I'm getting bored. Let's hear what she has to say because she's boring me.
Take a rope and that's the way out. No one.
So there's no way anyone has committed that act if they loved their family. This just came out of a YouTuber's mouth. Okay, Navy, you know what we got to do? We got to rate this on the cringy scale. This is one of the cringiest things we've ever heard a YouTuber say. So now we need to know how cringy is what Molly... I'm gonna do a poll. How cringy was Molly's last statement? Question marks. Is it a 10 out of 100? Is it a 30 out of 100? Is it a 60 out of 100? Or is it a 100 out of 100? Before you vote, we have never gotten a majority 100 out of 100 cringe vote ever on this platform, just to let you know. Also, while you're voting, I'm going to remind you why I share my PayPal link. When you super chat or when you do other forms of donations, it goes through next month. I share the PayPal link because it helps with the streams now. Patreon also does too. So just so you know, I appreciate every donation, every membership, everything out there. But for those of you who wonder why my mods and I share that link, that's why. So back to it. Now, while you're voting, I'm also going... we're going to try to get through this clip, so I'm going to put it at 1.5 times speed, and I'm probably going to do that for every other clip we look at just because I'm getting bored. What time is it? I got to keep an eye on the time because we got to be over there at 8, right?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock your time.
And I got to try to eat before then. Cherie says, yes, Molly did delete the stream. Thank you, Cherie. I'm going to have to probably go offline here soon because I'm going to cook something and eat it. You know what I'm saying? I got to have time to cook. So... actually, maybe I could just order something and then we can stream right up until the stream starts. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We got about 15 minutes and then we have to start preparing for Nerd Angle's stream. So will the mods do me a favor? Will you please share the link to Nerd Angle's stream every 5 minutes or so while we are completing the rest of this stream? And let's blast through these clips or else we're not going to get to see them.
And I don't believe you. Because I think you're a little liar.
She thinks that Molly thinks that Dre is a liar. While Dre isn't saying anything, and Molly has just been making shit up for months. Yeah, okay. Sure, Molly.
I think Dre McCrae's a little liar. That's what I think.
We know. Because pathological liars always blame someone else. Yeah.
And no, I'm not a reporter, so I don't have to talk all professional. Thank God.
So she thinks that the reason reporters do what they do is because they talk professional. Well, I'm going to help you out in just a second. I'm going to let you talk.
I'm not a reporter. Because then I wouldn't be able to be me.
Okay, reporters do not have to act professional. They don't. Reporters can act however they want. Reporters are expected to follow something called a code of ethics. And actually, Molly, you can look this up. You can read about it. You can go to Wikipedia and look at it. A code of ethics, because they don't lie. They make sure that they aren't lying. They're not biasing a story. They're not taking a story, presenting things that aren't true so that they can get their own personal gain, their personal want. That's the difference between you, someone giving an opinion or commentating, and a reporter. Now, here's the problem that you've got, Molly. It doesn't matter if you're a reporter or just someone talking. If you are lying and what you're saying is being used to make money, and also if you're lying and trying to damage somebody else with what you're saying, it doesn't matter if you're a reporter or not. So I don't know why you use reporter as your standard, but that doesn't do anything for you.
I don't apologize.
That's right, Alf. Reporters fact check. Reporters have to tell you what's... Now, there are a lot of biased reporters out there. Trust me, I'm just telling you that that's what reporting used to be. It used to be about people going out there and presenting what happened. And a lot of reporters don't even ever give you their opinion. Maybe in a sentence. Like if you watch any of the mainstream news. Though, when you look at political reporting, they are constantly doing that. But I'm not even going to go into that. The point is, if you think you can't defame somebody just by saying I'm not a reporter, you've defamed Dre many times in this video alone. And you know it. You know how I know you know it? Because you deleted it. Damn, it's a good thing we've been collecting all of this and we've been making sure that it's all available to Dre. Everything you've ever deleted is one click away from Dre McCray, just so you know. And everything you ever delete in the future is one click away from Dre. It doesn't matter. I already factually know that Dre has all of your streams. You know there's a bot that you can use that will download your stream while you're live. So they can have anytime you do a stream, anytime, it literally just be collected and they don't even have to do anything.
Energetically, me. Because I like the way it comes off my tongue, the way it rolls off my tongue. I think you're a little liar. It's a good thing I'm not on HLN or any news station.
It's a good thing you're not on a... Why? Because you won't get sued? You really don't... She's still defaming her. How did she even, thinking this?
It's a good thing she's not on any news channel because she lies and makes stuff up all the time. And that's called fake news, which is... She's admitting to being fake news.
She is admitting to lying here herself and then putting it on Dre. That's what she's admitting. She's lying and putting it on Dre. But the thing is, you know that she's saying this because she's trying to say, now I can't be sued or I can't get in trouble. And the differentiation, Molly, between you saying something that's not true and getting sued or you getting sued is maliciousness. It's malice. And you can go talk to a lawyer if you'd like. Go call your lawyer and ask. The thing that will differentiate whether you go to, whether you can be held accountable for the things you're lying about. Sometimes people will say something and they won't know that they're lying. They'll think that they're reporting the truth because of a fake video, because of a fake thing that happened, because of a lie someone else told. And if they repeat something and they are willing to correct it, they're willing to fix the record, they're willing to update it, that's not defamation. But when you have been lying about Dre for months, you do realize they're going to look at why you lied, if you were making money, and if you were being malicious. You fit those. This is the crazy thing. Molly fits those categories more than anyone out there. Like, you look at Katie, and she's been sued in the past. There have been masses of people that say, oh, yeah, Katie deserves to be sued, right? If you compare what Molly's done to Katie versus Toddy Westbrook, Katie versus any of the people that she got in lawsuits with, this is a 1.16 bajillion times worse than anything Katie ever did. And Katie had to settle with Toddy Westbrook to get out of it. So I'm sorry. You really are existing on the hope that Dre doesn't sue you. And I don't know why Dre doesn't. Dre could have all of your money for the Dre could Alex Jones your ass. You are doing what Alex Jones did to the Sandy Brook families, to Dre and her family. There is no difference.
Agreed.
Actually,
Yeah.
there is a difference, because Jones wasn't interacting with the debunkers. When Jones did what he did, there were people out there like myself. I completely debunked the entire thing back when it was all going on. That's something I debunked. The fact that it was a conspiracy. I showed that it really did happen. I showed that back then, okay? He never interacted with me or my channel. He never talked about my channel to prove that he had this knowledge of what I was saying. You have interacted with all of your debunkers. You even had me on your show and lied to my face. Okay? The fact that those things happened pin you into malice. It pins you into defamation. So, you know, just like Latisha should have listened to us about the fundraiser, you should listen to me about Dre suing you. You should fix the lies you've told about Dre McCrae and apologize to her on the networks that you defamed her, because then you'll be able to use that as a legal defense when she takes your ass to court. I know you're not going to do it. And I know Dre is suing your ass, but I'm just saying, it's the only thing that'll even slightly give you a chance. And when Dre wins and they start to decide how much you owe her, you might not owe her as much if you do apologize. But I'll tell you this right now, Molly, and you can go ask a lawyer and find out whether I'm telling the truth or not. Even if you did what I just said and started to apologize to Dre every single day on your channel for the next 2 months, she would still win and you would still owe her for the rest of your life. It would be a giant sum of money.
Yeah, it would be crazy, because this is straight up. This is like some of the worst stuff I've ever heard. Deb Mormore dropped a question for you in the question banner.
Oh, nice. Oh, there are some over there. Have you ever gone to one of her lives and just commented in the chat, not joining the panel? If so, what did you say? Did she acknowledge you were there? Thank you. Only time I did that is when when she said she would have me on, okay? Because some of her ding-dongs started to jump in my chat and tell me that there was a link at the top of her chat. And I went and looked and said, well, if there's a link, I'll jump in. I've been trying to get Molly to come on my show for months. So I went and looked and there was no link. And I typed, I'm looking for the link. I don't see it. I scrolled the whole chat. That's all I ever said over there, is that, and you can still see that over there. But no, I've never typed in her chat or anything other than that day that I can recall. Yeah. And Deb says, not a question, but people are saying Dre should sue. Dre has real problems and real life on her mind. She doesn't have time and energy to deal with Molly when she's trying to take care of her family. Exactly, but she wouldn't have to. Like, and I agree. If Dre chooses not to, I completely understand. I completely support her whether she chooses to or not. I wouldn't be angry at her or anything, you know. Real quick, 86% voted 100 on the cringe level. Wow, that's a first around here.
That's good.
But I thought KJ didn't pay out anything. No, she settled. She didn't pay money, but she definitely settled with she signed paperwork with what's her name? Toddy Westbrook. I understand that, but that's the good thing about lawyers. Lawyers are the ones that go to court. They're the ones that do all the work. You know, they're the ones that handle everything. So while I will still support the fact that Dre has been viciously defamed and slandered and attacked by Molly for all this time, even if Dre chooses not to sue, that all is still true, right? There are so many factors to whether somebody can get justice. The funny thing is that Dre suing Molly is the real, and Latisha is the real justice for Marvon. I can take video clips of what Marvon said about his life leading all the way up till when he died, or when he went into the coma. I can take video clips of everything he said he wanted, everything he said about his life, and I can prove to you 100% what he wanted. Right? He wanted Dre to be there. He wanted to be there. He wanted Dre to take care of his kids. He loved Dre. I don't have to go through it all because you already know. Now, Latisha and Molly creating this whole big lie against Dre and perpetuating that against her is in direct opposition to the facts, right? If Molly tried to present video clips or something, she would have never had to fake video clips. She would have never had to use fake video clips if she had actual video clips of anything that would have represented her side of the story. Like, we've been digging into Dre's videos, all of her videos, and we still can't find a single example that would back up anything Molly said, which you know. But my point is, regardless of that being a fact or not, and thank you, Beverly, but regardless of that being a fact or not, this is still the most direct, the most just checkable, because you don't have that in other stories. You don't get to go out and look at what actually happened, see the amount of video that Dre has, do the amount of fact checking that's possible here. It's not, other stories don't fit that category, and that is the complacency that Molly GoLightly fell into with what she did to Dre. Molly has done this to so many people. Dre is the first one who had documented her life for years before Molly did this to her. And I don't think Molly knew it. I didn't know it. I thought she was just streaming on Facebook here and there. I had no idea the amount of video that she had.
McCrae, I think you're a little fucking liar. Because I'd be fired on the first day.
You'd be fired on the first day. So you're admitting that you know you're lying about Dre. Why would they fire you if you're telling the truth? You're admitting you're defaming her for malicious reasons. Okay, it is 7:20. I'm only going to go for another about 5 or 10 minutes or something, and we're almost to the end of the video, thank God. So I'm going to share my pay link for PayPal in the chat if you want to support us, and make sure the mods share the link to Nerd Angle's channel. Before I end this, I want to make sure I tell you, when I end this, I've turned on redirect. So the people watching are going to go immediately. They're going to get automatically transferred over to that channel. It's a feature YouTube has. Nobody really uses it that much. So if you're watching me and I end my stream, you're going to pop over to the channel that we're going to go live on after this, okay? You're just going to automatically do it. And also the link is in the chat for those of you who want to jump in later or something, okay?
I think you're a little liar, bitch. Where am I? I'm in Secaucus, New Jersey.
So you just called Dre a bitch. What did Dre ever do to Molly, ever? Like, what? I don't understand what Dre did to Molly to make her call her a bitch. Like, what did she do to anybody? I just don't understand the cringy anger towards, jealousy towards Dre. You've got a lot of repressed jealousy. Lauren says Dre never acknowledged Molly. I know, yeah. It's confusing because Molly's building this assumption for the people watching her that Dre had like attacked her or something, because why else would she act like this? I mean,
I'm near my mother's house. I can't stay there because I'm sick.
You're definitely sick. You're definitely sick. Okay, now let's get... Oh, we've already gone through this one. I think let's make sure we've gotten the rest of this. And then that will give us just enough time to get out of here. Damn it, I'm not gonna make it for dinner, so you know what? We might as well stream over a tiny bit if we have to, but I accidentally went too long.
Find me in the bathtub.
Should have went offline about 10 minutes ago. It's no big deal.
And they fucked with my acid.
I can eat after nerd stream. It's no big
reflux
deal.
medication. You see, she got Xanax after. I don't have Xanax. She's drunk and mixed it with cocaine Xanax. No.
You've done something. Nobody knows what you're doing, but you are out of your mind. Seriously, Molly, you just normal people or just people in general don't do what you do. I don't know what else to say. Like, seriously, are you surprised that people think that? Because they're thinking that to make an excuse in their mind and cope with how evil you are, with how nasty you are. They're trying to say to themselves, there has to be a reason she does this, you know?
Why? Because no normal person would act this way. No normal person would be this obsessed over someone they've never met.
Yeah, it's pretty bad when normal random people that float through see you streaming And the first thing they think is, what did she say? She mixed Xanax with cocaine and alcohol? I've never thought that about her. I mean, I do think she's intoxicated out of her mind. I just don't know what. I don't know. I have no way of knowing what by what or with. She's definitely, you're definitely ODing though. You are overdosing on something, Molly. You want to know what it is? Because I know one thing you're overdosing on. Haterade. Jealousy.
Yep. Sorry to tell ya.
No, you're not. And we don't believe you.
What is the truth? Oh my God. What's sad? I feel.
It's sad that you feel you have to fulfill these missing things in your life with this bullying of other people.
So sick right now. I think I'm gonna die.
And you want us, you keep rubbing your face, your nose, you keep saying things like the FBI's coming for you, that all these crazy people are after you. You keep saying you think you're gonna die, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this all completes the package when combined with the hatred and the jealousy, the paranoia. It completes the package.
I think I'm gonna die tonight. Oh my God. That was serious stuff. So covered.
It was serious stuff. I think I'm gonna die tonight. It was serious stuff.
Yes. Don't overdo it. Oh my God. Well, I've been doing it for 2
Don't overdo it. What are you talking about?
weeks is overdoing it. Maybe I'm just fucking delusional.
You are delusional. Yes. You know what would be the best thing ever? For you to realize what you've done in the last few months and then try to go get help for it. Definitely. Whatever it is that brings you to be like you're being, you need to go get help. You're just openly bullying Dre McCray every time you go live. Calling her a baby murderer, calling her a poisoner and a starver.
I'll tell you one thing. When people were saying, oh, you need to go to rehab, I was like, are you kidding me? I would love to go to rehab.
What?
See what I'm saying? This isn't normal. This is obviously what's going on. Something's going on.
I'm sure. I'm sure your husband can afford rehab for you.
How about instead of holding the medication directly in the camera, I have to take my medicine sometimes when I'm streaming. Do you know how I do it? Like this. If I have to take my medicine, if like it's time for me to take it, all I do is put this up. If I got to rub my face, if I got to cough, you don't hear me do it because I mute my mic and I cough, right? That's why I put the front screen up all the time. It's because I need a second of privacy so that I don't inflict you with whatever I'm doing, right? Why can't they do this?
You don't eat on stream? You don't eat on stream in front of everybody? Whoa.
I know. I don't go like this while I'm eating. I don't sit here and take my pills and here's the bottle. Glug, 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 glug. You know what I'm saying?
People.
Like, whatever. It's not, we know that that's not the drug. It's the fact that you feel like you have to take regular drugs in front of everybody to compensate for something. So that's the thing, Molly. It makes us think that you have this thing in your head where if you think you take regular drugs on stream in front of everybody, then people won't think you're cracked out of your head or something. I mean, it's just weird to watch you do this. I don't know. I'm not saying you're high. I don't know what's going on with you. I just don't think, I do think you need help. I think everybody out there can agree that you do. You need help. You mean you don't snort your pills live? Exactly, Lauren. That's a DSP reference right there. I do think that's what DSP does. DSP has had perpetual snort syndrome for like 8 years. Have you ever seen this from him? Like, I've been considering that of him lately.
That's not Nob. Is that you, George Michael? Or is it you, Aaron Carter? Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not in the mood for you.
Where are you, is it you, Aaron Carter? Making fun of Aaron Carter. How did he just pass? Yesterday or the day before? An OD, right?
It was a couple days ago. Yeah, well, I guess it's technically a drowning, but I'm guessing it was probably from an OD. I don't think they've actually released that yet, but they did say that he passed away in a bathtub.
It's pretty much assumed by everybody that he overdosed, and she's just gonna make fun of it. Like, oh, is Aaron Carter's ghost behind me? Like, Molly.
Your shit, Aaron. You also.
You know she's doing this for attention. She's doing this for views.
$600. I forgot about that $600.
she's needing money. She's definitely needing some money. If you think about the random mad ramblings that are coming out of her and try to like attach to why her mind's going there, she's needing some cash.
He did pay me for most. He did pay most of it.
It's not funny.
It's not funny. Laugh too. Ugh.
Yeah, the fact that Aaron Carter paid you to get freaky is not funny. I'm sorry.
He'd say, I got you. Yeah.
Or true. I don't think it's true at all.
Yeah, you realize Aaron Carter probably doesn't have to pay for it. Like, he goes to a concert and there are tens of thousands of women there who want him. And you're going to make... She has made the claim that she went up and banged some of these famous people and they gave her money and paid her for it and shit. She said this before. That's where her little joke's coming from. Yeah. So, like, when none of us believe you, we don't believe you banged them, for one. And we don't believe they paid you, for two.
I believe you got pushed away by their bodyguards.
Nick, your brother owed me $600, just saying.
So funny. You see that this is a mad laugh? This is one of those, like, mad, like someone's gone mad type of laughs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it's pretty scary. Like, if you died right now, if I died right now, if any of the viewers died and we appeared in hell right now, there would be 10,000 of these around us going, ha, 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 ha. That's how Satan would scare us. With our first terrorization from Satan for entering hell. Like, the first thing he does to punish you is to put 10,000 Mollies going, Aaron Carter owes me $600. Ha, 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 ha.
Could you imagine? How about...
I mean, that's the instant when your soul literally self-destructs in fear.
What should I do? How do I make a lot of money really quick?
How do I make a lot of money really quick? Gee, I wonder why you're trying to go live, acting like this, doing all this crazy stuff you're doing, I won't repeat it, while needing to make money. I don't know. What are you doing? Good ending. Good ending. So I can't believe it, but we made it to the end, and it's 7:30, and the next stream starts at 8. And I think, you know, it would help Nerd out if we rolled a little closer to the stream so that the peeps go right over there and then he starts up. So we'll talk to you guys for a moment. Let me go to the question tab, see if there's any other questions there. See, wouldn't that be nice, Navy, if you could just go live and talk about Aaron Carter owing you $600 while you act like a psychopath and then have people throw money into your account? Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Oh, that would be great. And cringy.
Deb says, Molly says everything is in her husband's name, so she's untouchable. If Dre does sue her, can they take what's in his name? I think that, yes, they would be able to. I don't think that you're untouchable because you marry somebody, depending on the state and stuff. Now, people have tried this, okay? There have been people in the past that have tried to get married and put everything into someone else's name so that they can go out and rip people off, steal money, defame people. It's never, ever worked. That's the thing. While Molly may look at the law or have a lawyer telling her, okay, listen, you want to go out and defame people. You want to go out and you want to lie on people and make a bunch of money. Okay. So the thing is, you've taken all of your assets and put them into his name. So you know what they'll do in court? You want to know what they'll do in court? I'm going to tell you right now. They'll take video clips of all the times that Molly has admitted this. And they'll play it. And then they'll say to the judge, Your Honor, this woman has freely admitted that her assets and her money has been transferred into his name to prevent us from getting the money that she gained from defaming us. So yes, I 100% believe they will easily. Now, if Molly would have kept her damn mouth shut, let's just pretend that Molly wouldn't have went live 63 times and admitted that she put everything into her husband's name so she couldn't get sued for defamation. Even in that scenario, I think they would easily be able to take money from him because a marriage is that kind of union, right? But then I know what Molly's going to say. I know what you're going to say. Well, Molly obviously did a prenup where Molly doesn't handle anything and her husband does, right? But regardless, what would end up happening is people would find out finally what she's talking about. Is she talking about that she filed herself as mentally insane and has filed herself that she's incapable of handling her own money and taking care of herself, so her husband is her caretaker? Because that's different from, I put all of my assets into my husband's name. That's different from, I have a prenup that says what I make is his. Either way, it's not going to matter, because they're not going to be after, like, okay, so if Molly goes out and defames Shannon Watts and she defames Dre and makes $280,000, but as soon as Molly gets it, she puts it in her husband's name, or she has the business in her husband's name so that the money goes straight to him. It's not even going to be Molly doing it. They're going to be suing the business. They're going to be suing wherever that money went. They're going to be suing for that money. Like, it's not going to stop them from getting, it may stop them from getting damage money. Like, let's say Molly damaged Dre emotionally for $100,000 and Molly made $260,000 out of what she did to Dre. They will have no problem getting the $260,000. They may have a problem getting the $100,000, because the money that she took from Dre is a real amount of money. It is an actual amount of money. It physically exists, is what I'm saying. So if Molly handed that money off for a new car, if Molly put that money in her husband's name, it still exists, right? See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think Molly, basically, though, is just saying these things. She just gets up and says things as excuses. Every adult out there knows, if you choose to rob a bank, if you choose to go in and steal someone's diamonds, if you choose to defame somebody to steal their money, it doesn't matter if you run a fraudrraiser to do it. The money still exists. The money that you've taken, that you've stolen, that you've made exists. Defamation is saying that Molly made her money lying about Dre. So that money could have went towards Dre, or that money could have went, the money was made in Dre's name. It wasn't made through Molly performing. It wasn't made through Molly doing something, right? So Molly didn't deserve that physical money. That physical money should have been in Dre's pocket. Therefore, Dre can legally go, and if Molly spent it all, she can get a charge against Molly that she owes her all of it. Now, the problem is, the question you have to ask yourself is, if Molly ends up robbing a bank or stealing someone's money and she gets charged by the government or the state in a judgment that she has to give that money to Dre or give that money back or whatever, has the marriage paperwork she's done made it to where they're not going to be able to pursue that money? No human being in the history of the world has successfully done that, so I doubt it, right? You know, okay, did I say it right? I hope I said it right. I want you to understand that it's not just saying Molly defamed Dre, so now they have to, now they can't get the money back. Yes, they can. They can get that damn money back because the money was literally stolen. And Molly's going to go to jail if she can't pay it, or she's going to get charged for not paying it, or, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do here before we head over to Nerd, because we're getting close, Nerd Angle's channel, I'm going to pay you guys some rocks. So, let me get everything logged in and ready here. Okay, let's see here. Because I appreciate you watching. All right. If you want rocks, you got to type or emoji in the chat. And we are going to be live on Nerd Angle's channel. The mods have been sharing the link.
You know, we've noticed this a lot with some of these other narcissists that we've dealt with, is that a lot of times they'll go out and say this heinous crap because they're trying to reinforce to themselves that they are right in what they're doing. And it's a big tell that a lot of them, you know, that what they're saying and what they're doing is 100% wrong. And it's disgusting and horrible, but yet they keep on doing it anyway because they want attention. They want, you know, money, clicks, views, whatever, just name it. And you can tell because they, like Molly's doing this too. She'll go out and say all this crazy crap and then delete things, right?
Oh yeah.
Why are you deleting them? Why are you getting rid of them, huh?
Because
you know
Molly,
the internet is forever.
Yeah, she doesn't really believe the stuff she's saying. She doesn't truly believe that she is, you know, not gonna end up getting in trouble for what she's doing. She wants to try. She's hoping that no one caught it, no one recorded it, because of the consequence. Now, that doesn't mean though that what she did defamed Dre. It also could be that what she did broke TOS, and she doesn't want people to know about that or to send it to YouTube, so she deletes it. But we're watching her delete herself, not only defame Dre, but literally admit that she is defaming Dre while defaming Dre, admitting that if she was a reporter or someone who had to face responsibilities for the things they say and do, she would face those responsibilities. Now, the thing is, Molly just doesn't understand that she's not, she may not be a reporter, she may not be this or that, but she definitely still defamed Dre, and also has admitted that she should face consequences for the things she just said and did against her. But the real defamation here is the fundraiser and the super chats and the money that she made. You see, when you look at a defamation case, you're going to see them put the actual things that defamed onto the case, right? So what you would do with Molly is put the original videos and tell the judge she defamed Dre by saying that she starved her kids here. She said that she was poisoning Marvon here. She said that. Then she went live and incited people that if they gave her money, that her and Latisha, through the content Molly's doing and through Latisha's fundraiser, can get justice for the thing Dre did. And that is a literal, like, timeline or a tangible, real thing you can see and you can look at that equates to defamation. It's literally right in front of your face. Okay, 100,000 rocks. I'm gonna load them up in just a second here. I'm just gonna check to make sure we didn't get any PayPal donos or anything, because I add those to the rocks. All right, doesn't look like we did. So let me load you up, and we're gonna go offline, but maybe 15 minutes before Nerd, so that hopefully you guys will hang around. The idea is that if I redirect you to Nerd's stream and I'm close to when he starts, you guys won't click out of Nerd's stream and you'll hang around for a bit with us. That would be nice, right? All right, 100,000 loaded in. I'll do the countdown right at 7:44. That's like 2.5 minutes. And okay, who did that? Who did that? The Streamlabs just put the suicide prevention hotline right here. There's a command that allows you to put it up, and I forget what it is, but I think it's help. I think it's like !help. Hello, Juliet. Good to see you. So I'm telling you guys that when I'm paying the rocks, because you're going to have to type about 1 to 2 minutes before I pay the rocks. It'll be at 7:44. You got like 2.5 minutes actually right now. I can't see the second count. It's exactly 2.5 minutes right now. Yeah. And last, I'm going to close the Q&A here. One of the sex bots actually put a sex bot link in the Q&A.
That's awesome.
You sex bot guys are pretty good. That has proven something to me, though. That proves to me that those aren't bots. That's an actual person doing it. Dear Krabby says, I'm new here and I like your content. Well, thank you, Dear Krabby. I appreciate you. If you want to see my real content, go to Unirock 2. That's my watchable content. That's the content that isn't me sitting here doing a live stream for you, me actually editing and uploading it. But our live streams, of course, we give you content that ends up in those videos. So the stuff we do here
apparently it's
is what goes there. No, go ahead. Sorry.
It's ! Reach out.
Reach out. Okay, ! Reach out if you need the number to suicide prevention, okay? I don't know how to close. There's how I close the Q&A. Okay, I figured it out. Go back to live chat instead of top chat, and we've got about 50 seconds and I'm going to pay out. So make sure you type now if you want rocks, okay? I shouldn't have told you so early, but you know how I am. Okay, let's get prepared here. We're doing this new thing with YouTube right now. We're doing it right now with you guys, where when we end this stream, it should automatically redirect you to the next stream that we're doing on Nerd Angle's channel. Me and Navy are going to be there, and Nerd and his wife are going to be there. So hey, make sure you head over. If for some reason it kicks you out and you want to watch, or if you don't get transferred over, if for whatever reason it doesn't happen, I mean, the link is in the chat too. All right, let me turn it up. You know, I love that YouTube is doing these new things like adding a Q&A, adding a redirect feature, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are really good, you know, things that YouTube should have been doing for a long time. All right. Here comes the countdown. Nice and slow. And yes, guys, I'll be in the live chat over on Nerd's channel, talking with you, chilling with you until we get started. I'm going to grab me a snack while I'm waiting is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find something little to eat because I didn't get to eat dinner in between. All right, payout is out. Here we go. We're going to try this redirect feature. This is new. We've only done it one other time. Last time it did work. I'll at least admit that it did work last time. All right.
Super groovy.
Here we go. We are now transferring you to the next stream. Just hang out in the chat and wait for us. We'll only be a few minutes.